Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And in today's video, we have reached the end. We have now come to the concluding part of Season 2 for ReZero, Avatar Lost. What if Aang was in ReZero? Season 2, Part 6, the Season 2 finale. Now, as a lot of you know, recently it was confirmed that ReZero will be coming back for a Season 3. So with a lot of ReZero projects that I have on the channel so far, there's a lot of talks as to when I'm going to do a sequel, when I'll do a sequel, if a sequel will even be made. Now, as far as the Spider-Man ReZero story, that was going to be a specially made Season 3, but with the announcement, I'm instead going to be making an original movie, and we'll do Season 3 sometime in the future, whenever Season 3 comes out to complete fruition. As for this series, I don't know if I'll do a Season 3 for it, since it hasn't been doing well, but since I wanted to see it through till the end, I'm just going to be wrapping it up here. If it gets more popular down the road, maybe I'll do a Season 3, but who knows, we'll just have to wait and see into the future. But anyway, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been with this story from the start, and I hope you'll enjoy how it ends. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Both Aang and Garfield raced inside of the mansion without a moment to spare. Time was of the essence, as they had to race to save everyone inside and confront the attackers. Garfield already had his assignment and the role he needed to play. Wearing his gauntlets and bracing for the fight that was to come, he tracked down one of the attackers, Elsa, otherwise known as the Bow Hunter. Elsa was surprised to see that Garfield were here, as she wasn't expecting his presence. However, Garfield already had his role to play, and the two would engage in combat, Frederica being surprised by the arrival of her brother. In the meantime, Aang would search through until eventually finding the Forbidden Library, where inside, Beatrice was waiting. Of course, Beatrice, she had hoped to see Aang again. Ever since they had first met, she knew that there was something different about him. Something about his aura, his being, his very spirit. She wondered if he could be the one, if he was that someone she had been waiting for. The person her mother had left her to find over 400 years ago. Aang took a deep breath as he walked towards Beatrice. Beatrice, shuddering back a bit. She didn't know why, but she wasn't sure what to say or what to think in that moment. Beatrice, we need to leave. Betty cannot go with you, I suppose. My duty is here, to the library that Mother left behind. She's not coming back, Beatrice. I've come here to take you away. But how? How can you say such things, unless you are the one? I am the one. What? But you say that without any hesitation, without any reservations at all. How can you be the one? How are you the one that Betty has been waiting for? How can Betty possibly believe you? Because you and I will have a bond far greater than anything else that this world has ever seen. Aang reached out his hand to Beatrice. You've been stuck in here for so long, clinging on to that gospel that fills with absolute nothing, waiting for someone or something instead of acting on your own. I'm sorry that you've been stuck here for so long, that you felt like you've been alone. Loneliness? Do you know what it's like? Being a spirit. Everyone that says they love you. To them, it's a lifetime, but for me, it's nothing but an instant. Even now, I feel like I've only known you for a few seconds. And just as quickly as I've come to know you, you'll fade away. like the wind itself that blows endlessly in every direction and stays in one area not for too long. How do I know you'll be different? How do I know that you'll stay with me? Betty has waited here for 400 years, and no one's come. All those that have, everyone who I've ever met, they all come and go so quickly. They become nothing but figments of my past, foggy memories. That's all I cling to. That's all I have. So why? Why should I have faith in you? Faith that you'll be the one who... Before she could finish, Aang pulled her into a hug. I promise you in every lifetime, you and I will always be friends. Every lifetime? I might fade away, but I'll be back. I'll come back to you again and again and again and again. Even if this world passes, if everyone fades away, I will always remain. You'll always have me. I promise. Beatrice would jump into Aang's arms. When she held on to him, she felt not one life, but many lives, many spirits all rolled into one. The power of reincarnation. The boy was telling the truth. Aang would one day die, yes, but his spirit would be reborn in this world. A spirit that would find her again and again and again. It was a promise that would be made, and a promise that would never be broken. In the meantime, Garfield had his hands full fighting against Elsa. Rem, along with Frederica and Petra, were also dealing with the likes of Meili, along with her horde of flaming mob beasts. Of course, once Aang and Beatrice arrived, he had to back up the others, with Beatrice helping to get everyone else out of the mansion safely. Hey boss, you came back for the fight? Aang jumped from wall to wall as he bended the earth underneath him, picking it up and slamming it into one of the mob beasts that came charging from behind. Yeah, I'm sorry I took so long, but it's time for you and me to trade places. Are you sure? I can keep going with this bitch, no problem. Yeah, I got this. Just deal with the mob beast and protect everyone else on the outside. I'll deal with Elsa. Understood. Aw, are you leaving me so soon? And we were having so much fun. I was hoping I could get a good look inside of your entrails. I'm sure they're just steaming hot. Yeah, you're one crazy lady. And I'm sure you and I could do this dance on and on. But the boss wants you, so I have no reason to get in the way. Garfield would leave, and now only Aang and Elsa remained. You, the boy from the loot house. It's been so long, and I can feel you've gotten stronger. Elsa, I don't want to kill you. You said those words to me a long time ago. And yet when we fought, you fought me with such anger and ferocity. You definitely tried to take my life. So tell me, are you just lying? Of course not. Even back then, I gave in to anger, and I shouldn't have. Aw, are you feeling regret? There's no need to. After all, you and I are both nothing more but monsters. See? Elsa stabbed herself in the eye. Aang almost wanted to throw up from the act of grotesque violence, only her eye was self-restored. I can't be harmed, at least not as easily as many others in this world. I hardly feel any pain. Not anymore. But why? Why do this? Is this really what you want for yourself? No point in asking. Even if you knew, you could never understand me. You could never know anything about me, what I truly am and what I truly want. Words are absolutely pointless. The only thing that matters now is action. Elsa picked up her blades and charged towards Aang. Aang using the walls of earth around him to block and to guard himself, countering with throwing heavy stones along with slashes of wind and using some of the spilled liquids around as a form of water to combat Elsa as she conjured fire spirits to aid her in the battle. The fight raged on inside of the mansion as it was torn and destroyed all around them, Aang trying desperately to reason with Elsa. Even now, after everything she had done, Aang did not want to kill her. There was something else. He saw it in her eyes. The way she moved, the way she talked, the way that she fought. There was something different. Underneath the malice, the hatred, the rage, there was sadness. Aang continued trying to reach out to her over and over again. Elsa was now starting to become a bit annoyed. Why was the boy prying so deeply? Just what in the hell was he hoping to find? For Aang, he knew that for now, if he was truly going to live, it didn't mean dying so carelessly or thinking of his life as disposable. He had to make the most of every moment he was in, meaning that at this point in time, Elsa's death might be the final death. If he were to die later down the line, who knows where he'd respawn, but he doubted this point would be it. For Elsa, it would be the end of her story, the end of everything. As they engaged once more, Aang would block one of her blades with his staff. However, another blade would be lodged into his shoulder. However, the two were now in close quarters to one another, Aang using his strength to pin her against the wall. As he slammed his forehead into hers, a loud thud could be heard as blood began to trickle down both of their foreheads. However, in that moment, they became connected. For a moment, Aang got to see. He was privy to a vision. Long time ago, under the cover of rain and nightfall, there was a young girl in a shop, an older man, a man that sought to do her harm, who looked to abuse her tirelessly, day and night. The poor girl had always cried out for help, but no one came to save her. Until finally one night the girl lost control. She took revenge upon her attacker. She killed him. She disemboweled him with a blade, and all she was left with under that cold rain was the warmth of the bloody entrails. Was this why? Was this what made Elsa the way that she was? Aang had been privy to something he never thought he could see, and Elsa could tell that he saw. You're not supposed to go snooping around there. Elsa, what? What are you going to do? Are you going to tell me it wasn't my fault? I already know that. Are you going to tell me that it's okay? That I can change? Honestly, you don't know me. Even if you can see my past, you'll never truly understand me, so why bother? In the end of the day, I am your enemy. I am the one that you must kill. No, but it's true. That's all I am. I'm an obstacle. I'm just something that stands in your way. Once you're rid of me, then you'll have nothing to... What about Mealy? Huh? What about your sister? What about Mealy? What about her? Are you telling me that you'll just throw your life away and leave her behind? If so, then you're not really much of a sister at all. Shut up. Am I wrong? What is it? Is that why you throw yourself into the heart of a battle? You think that if I kill you, it'll free you of your burdens? Of your pain? What about the pain being left behind for her, huh? Do you understand what you've gotten yourself and Mealy into? No matter how strong she might be, she's still a young girl. She'll be left in this world alone, with no one to watch after her. Do you think she'll survive? Would you really kill her? Of course not. I have no intentions on killing her at all. But everyone in the world isn't as kind as I am, and you know it. They'll find out about her. If she's not strong enough to survive, they'll rip her apart and kill her. Is that what you want? Aang would leave the battlefield, rushing to where Mealy was. He bet everything on this gamble. He launched an attack towards Mealy. It was an attack strong enough to kill. Aang had to hope that things would work out the way that they did, or otherwise he would be left with the biggest regret that he could ever experience. But almost as if it were an answer to a prayer, Elsa jumped between her sister and the attack, saving her, drawing her blade and holding her baby sister defensively. If you ever come near her again, I swear I'll cut your freaking head off. My head, Aang would say. I thought you only cared about my entrails. Elsa was left stunned. Why did she say that? She wasn't enjoying this anymore. She was angry. Was this some part of your game? Of course not. But you don't have to be used like a game. Your life, it has value. You go around taking the lives of others. You fill yourself with pain, a burden of your past. I understand, truly I do. The pain of being racked with guilt, of always wondering about what if, always blaming yourself about things you can't control. You don't have to suffer through that anymore, Elsa. But what will it change? You can always change. It's never too late to change. You don't have to be the battle hunter anymore. You can be whatever you want to be. Aang threw down his staff as he walked towards her, the others yelling for him to stop. Aang holding his arms out and stretched out wide. Don't come near me. Stay away. It's fine. You don't have to be afraid anymore. Aang would pull Elsa and Mealy into a hug. I'm so sorry what happened to you both all those years ago. I'm sorry that there was no one there for you. That there was no one there to help you. You were scared. And you felt like you were alone in the world. That you couldn't depend on anyone at all. It was warped and twisted. And it's made you into something you were never supposed to be. But I'm freeing you from that. You don't have to be this way anymore. Elsa. Mealy would look to her sister. I don't want to. Not anymore. The two sisters would now share in an embrace of their own. Elsa dropping her blade to the ground as Aang picked it up. The others wondered what he was going to do as he walked towards and now spreading fire. Aang took the blade and he threw it into the flames. As far as I'm concerned, the Battle Hunter died tonight. Everyone looked to him. Agreed? The Battle Hunter attacked the mansion and I killed her. That's what's going to be spread out to the world. The Bow Hunter died tonight. Everyone understood what Aang meant by this, as Rem walked over to his side, grabbing his hand. I love you. Huh? I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it in. You're truly amazing, Aang. Really. This just proves my love for you, why it's not misplaced. I couldn't love anyone else. Frederica and the others would smile from a distance. Frederica blushing a lot more, and Garfield noticed. Huh? You're really looking at Boss really hard, aren't you, big sis? Oh, shut up! Frederica would punch Garfield in the side, causing him to keel over. Elsa and Mealy would hop on the back of a mob beast, going away into the forest of night to disappear. For now, they weren't sure where they were going to go or what they were going to do. Maybe they'd head out west. That was a place far off from Laguniga. If anyone wanted to start a new life, that was where you went. As for Aang, Beatrice would also come beside him as well. Well, the library has been lost. It's not too bad. We can always build a new one. But for now, we've got to get back to the sanctuary. Can you get us there? Of course I can, I suppose. Aang, Rem, and Beatrice would all hold hands as they went flying off at the speed of light towards the sanctuary. In the meantime, the sanctuary found itself under siege, a snowfall that reigned over the land. Roswald's plans, his ambitions, they had all been crushed by the likes of Rom working alongside Puck to help disrupt his attempts to use the Ryuzus that were used as the key for the sanctuary. Burning his gospel in the process, his plans and ambitions were all going up in flame. Although the flame was now covered in snow, Amelia had completed the trials of the sanctuary, and now it was set free. However, a bigger issue was on their hands as they fought for their lives. The Great Rabbit had them surrounded, and it looked like things were going to be bleak as they prepared themselves for the worst. However, in a beam of light, Aang, Rem, and Beatrice would arrive. Rem moving over to her sister's side as she was badly hurt in that moment, and Aang congratulating Amelia on completing the trials, and that now she could leave everything to him. Beatrice explained the best way to beat the rabbit was to seal it away in another dimension, a dimension that used Doorcross. The rabbit would be lost forever and would have no way of returning to their world. But Aang had to get them all rounded up, and he knew what to do. Aang jumped high into the air, manifesting the aura of the witch around him to draw in the rabbit to feast upon him. He was completely surrounded and everyone feared for the worst. However, Aang held up his hands, swaying them in a particular motion. The winds began to bellow all around him, as if a tornado were starting to form. The rabbits were swallowed up by the winds until they were unable to get back down to the ground. Not a single rabbit was lost from Aang's sight. He knew that not one could be allowed to live. Not one could be left unchecked. They all swirled in the air as Aang held them, suspending them and keeping them from falling. A portal opened up above head as Aang funneled the great torrent of wind and every single rabbit inside of the portal. The rabbits all shrieked. They cried out and roared as they were sent further and further away from the feast that they sought. I now rid this world of you, foul beast. You will never cause harm to anyone else ever again. You'll be sealed away till the end of time. Now, Beatrice! Beatrice would close the portal behind them. And with that, the Great Rabbit was no more. For Aang, he had never used that much air all at once. It was truly a tour de force of power. As he crashed back down to the ground onto the snow, Emilia rushing to his side immediately, along with Rem as they helped him. So much had been done by Aang, so much accomplished with his help. They couldn't believe it to an extent. Just how far they had come, how far they had gone together. For Aang, he felt accomplished. He was able to do something. He felt like he had achieved a modicum of victory, but it was far from over. But now wasn't the time to worry about the future. Being focused in the present was what was most important. As Aang sat on the steps of the sanctuary as the sun began to rise, Rem and Emilia being by his side together happily, the two girls had been talking amongst themselves about Aang, their feelings, what they were going to do. And Emilia had some news. Aang, Rem? Huh? Aang would say. Yes, Miss Emilia? What's the matter? I think we all understand that there are a lot of feelings going around. Yes, we've kind of talked about this. Aang, you wouldn't... Well, what if multiple people really liked you? What do you mean? Well, I love you, and Miss Emilia, well, she feels the same. So, would it be wrong of you to love us both? Of course not. I love you all. Of course, for Aang, he didn't grow up under traditional romantic standards. As far as we all know, the air nomads never practiced the idea of marriage, but yet they always existed, so you'd have to imagine copulation took place amongst the nomads. They were more free-spirited type of people. It wasn't uncommon for a female air nomad to have multiple children with lots of different partners, and for a lot of different male nomads to have a lot of different children, most of whom were often sent to different air temples to be raised independently, to not develop such kind of familial attachments. As such, the idea of polygamy wasn't against Aang, or having a harm for that matter, although he wasn't so dense as to not recognize the feelings of others. Just because Aang could have multiple partners doesn't mean he was just going to take on every girl that said his name. No, it was about the quality over the quantity. And for now, Aang knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that he truly did have feelings for Rem. And he couldn't deny that there was a feeling that he had had for Emilia as well. All of this was well and good and all until Emilia had an announcement to make. You see, they were going to have to figure out what to do because, well, I'll let Emilia say it. We need to talk about, the baby that's growing in my belly. I beg your pardon, Aang would say. Rem, calm down. It's not what you and Miss Emilia, but when? I mean, what? I thought we... Wait, hold on. Nothing. Emilia, what do you mean there's a baby? There's a baby that's coming. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spring it on all of you like this. I know it's probably not fair of me to have one first. I mean, Rem already confessed before me, and she's had feelings made known a lot longer than I have. And it's really selfish, but I mean, with the royal selection and everything else, but it's not the baby's fault. I just want us all to be one big happy family, and I promise I'll do my best not to be a burden. Rem then looked to Aang angrily. So, Daddy, when did you consummate? Hold on, there was no consummation going on. Hold on, Emilia, Don't you know where babies come from? Of course I do. They're not delivered on storks or grown in cabbage patches. They occur when a boy and a girl kiss. Rem looked at Amelia. Miss Amelia, what? Come here, please. The two girls walked to the side as they began whispering. Huh? Wait, they do that? And then they do the what? It goes in the what? It's that big? And then they... That sounds kind of messy. Oh my God! Where did you even get this idea? Aang would ask, as a blue glowing stone shined around Amelia's neck. Puck! In either regard, after the mix-up was cleared, there was also another issue to deal with. That being Roswald. Everyone that had been wronged by him gave him a nice good punch to the face. Ram, on the other hand, chose to show kindness, but even still, Roswald was made to promise not to do anything he had done before, and also to make sure that he apologized for his actions by Amelia. Roswald had accepted his defeat, and as such, he would agree to cooperate with them from now on, to do his best to make amends for the wrongs that he had caused to all of them. Afterwards, as Roswald showed his sincerity, everyone would return back to the Roswald domain. The mansion was restored as Amelia would continue her quest towards the throne of Lagunica. And on top of that, Aang would officially be knighted as Amelia's own knight. That being said, the ceremony was also followed by a banquet, a party to be had amongst friends and comrades alike. During the party, though, Roswald and Aang would speak privately. Even with Roswald's help, his goals had still not changed. He wanted to be reunited with his master in the world of the living. That much was certain. Aang knew who he meant by this. Echidna. You know, she's doing fine. What? You've talked to her? I have. I can't say whether or not she'll want to come though. She seems happy where she is now. It's still though. You know, when you try to go against nature, it never works well. Balance is found in everything. The four elements, the four seasons, light and dark, life and death, the sun and the moon. They all come and go, just as the tides rise and fall. I'm not saying you're wrong to have the ambitions that you do, but instead of just doing them for yourself, try thinking about the feelings of others, okay? This left Roswald with much to ponder. As Aang stepped out into the balcony, looking into the night sky itself, gazing upon the full moon, he would be joined by Amelia, the two looking out together. Aang wasn't sure of what the future held for him in this world. He could never go back to his old one. No, his life had started new. His life had started from zero. But maybe that wasn't a bad thing. In this world, he learned more about himself than he could have ever have imagined. He had suffered through many trials, yes, but they only made him stronger. For now, he was now the avatar of this world, and he would watch over the people that he loved and cared for. For this, he would not run away. For this story, I leave you with this. No matter what trials you face in this world, no matter what hardships you endure, never forget to take the time to value the ones that you love and the ones that you care for deeply. But that does not just include them. Above all, always make sure that you love and care for yourself. Take care of yourself, whoever you may be, wherever you may be. No matter where you go in this world, always remember, when you love everyone else, make sure that you are included in that love. This concludes ReZero Avatar Lost. What if Aang was in ReZero? Season 2, Part 6, the Season 2 finale. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcasting that's to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we continue Naruto DxD, Sage Reborn. What if Naruto was in High School DxD? Season 3, Part 4, the Season 3 finale. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time. Aang had been fast asleep in his bed when he suddenly awoke and found himself inside of the Castle of Dream, the witch's graveyard. What the? Why am I here? Hello, Aang. Echidna. Why did you summon me here? What's going on? I'm not the one that summoned you. You've been summoned here. This place is being used as nothing but a medium. There's someone that wants to meet you. Who? Me. Aang turned to see that a girl was standing before him. She was a bit taller, her skin a tanned dark brown, her hair tied in hair loops, and her clothing, it was that of the warrior tribe. Someone from the warrior tribe? But how was she here? Why was she here? You are Avatar Aang? Yes, I am. Who are you? I am Avatar Katara, the one that came after you. I am from the Southern Warrior Tribe. The Southern Warrior Tribe? So, you are the Avatar that came after me in that world. I am. I've come here because Avatar Roku sent me. I was trying to communicate with him through the spirit realm, and his spirit led me to this location, to you. I need to learn airbending. There's no one else in our world that can teach me. And I need to learn it soon. The Fire Nation is beginning to launch their final assault. And by Sozin's comet, it will be the end of everything.